Seahawks football, week number 2. A big opportunity for Seattle to bounce back as they take on the Detroit Lions on the road in Detroit. The Lions are coming off maybe their biggest regular season win in franchise history when they defeated the Kansas City Chiefs on their ring night last week. Meanwhile, Seattle coming off one of the worst second-half performances we've seen in a long time, losing to the LA Rams 30-13. The Seahawks looking to get back on track. The Lions trying to keep momentum, and they got a couple extra days rest playing on Thursday night. We will be live for this game here on the channel. Myself, Tyler Smith-Smitty, will be here with you for our second watch party of the year. We'll get started bright and early, 9 a.m. Pacific time for our live coverage of this one. And you better believe the mimosas will be in hand. We'll have a few drinks. We'll break down the game in real time. Chat Sports Palooza. You got to hang out with us. It is guaranteed to be amazing. Sub for dubs. You want the Seahawks to win to get the job done. Sub for dubs. I have a list of everyone that's subscribed to the channel. And I got a list of people watching that aren't subscribed. And I will come find you if you are not subscribed to the channel, and the reason why the Seahawks lost. So there you have it. Sub for dubs. Let's begin with the injury report for Seattle, and this is a bit of a lengthy one as Jamal Adams is out. Should be back soon, but not going to play this week. Charles Cross is out with a toe injury, and he is week to week. Abraham Lucas with the kneecap, he is out. He is on the PUP list. We will not see him for the next 4 weeks. Meanwhile, Devon Witherspoon with a hamstring injury is questionable. We'll see about his status come Sunday. The Lions injury report is a little more favorable for them as Emmanuel Moseley is questionable with a knee injury. Meanwhile, Brian Branch, and we'll tell you about Branch here in just a second, he is questionable himself with a lower body injury on their front. And speaking of Brian Branch, this guy, if he's not going to play, we're not wishing injuries on anybody. Don't take that the wrong way. But if he's not going to play, that wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing for the Seahawks because last week in his debut against Kansas City, he was outstanding. 3 tackles, 1 pass breakup, had a pick 6 off of the most talented quarterback in the league, Patrick Mahomes, in his NFL debut on the road. I would prefer him not play. Wish nothing but the best for Brian Branch, but we'll see about his status. Now, as far as the Seahawks go, until Cross and Lucas are fully healthy, I'm going to be very concerned when it comes to this offensive line. I mean, you're putting Band-Aids on these positions until you figure it out, until those guys come back. I'm very worried. I'd be lying to you if I wasn't worried. What is your concern level? 1 through 10 on the Seahawks offensive line. Be real with me. Your concern level, you can put 10 in there. You can go 1. Let us know. It's our pinned comment today. Chime in. Tell me what you think. How concerned are you with this Seahawks offensive line? Now, my 5 keys to victory for Seattle. Let's start number 1, getting pressure on Jared Goff. Seahawks fans, we're all very familiar with Jared Goff's work, previously playing for the Los Angeles Rams. Was able to take them to a Super Bowl, and he's kind of revitalized his career with the Detroit Lions. And one of the things that the Lions and Goff have done well is that he does not get sacked a whole lot. Jared Goff, last week in the win against Kansas City, was only sacked 1 time. Granted, Chris Jones didn't play for KC. And when you comparably speaking to the Seahawks game against the LA Rams, they had no sacks. So just connecting 2 dots here that doesn't add up too well. Now, everybody knows it's always important to have protection. Wink, wink. In 2022, the Detroit Lions only allowed 24 sacks the entire season. 23 of those were on Goff. And if you put that by rate, percentage-wise, the Lions only let Jared Goff get sacked about 1.35 times per game. That was some of the best protection of anyone in the National Football League. So Jared Goff is twofold. It's not that he's just protected well, but he gets the ball off fast as well. Number 2 in keys to victory for Seattle is winning the turnover battle. Last week, believe it or not, the Seahawks didn't turn the ball over, but they didn't force any turnovers either. The Lions last season were 0-4 when committing 2 or more turnovers in a game. So the recipe was simple last year. If you forced them to commit 2 turnovers, you were going to beat the Lions. That was the worst of anybody in the league. Now, the thing was, though, the Lions had a really good track record of taking care of the football. The Lions committed only 15 turnovers last season. That was the fewest of anybody in the league. So they're very good about protecting the football, but if you do force them to turn the football over, you're going to win the football game. It's as simple as that. And there's one player specifically that I'm watching for when we talk turnovers. We can't mention turnovers without talking about the one and only, the man, the myth, the legend, Riq Woolen. Last season, he was tied for the league lead in interceptions. And last week, he was fantastic. Only allowed 1 catch for 5 yards in that entire game. It was a great start for Riq Woolen. But his calling card, the thing that we all appreciate and love the most when we talk about Riq Woolen, is his ability to create interceptions and turnovers, right? And it's been a minute since we've seen a Riq Woolen interception. He has gone 7 straight games, including the postseason against the San Francisco 49ers last year, the wild card round, since he had an interception. That's a long time since we've seen that from Riq Woolen there. So, Riq, you're playing well, don't get me wrong, but I would love to see Riq get one of those turnovers and make a play there. Who's the Seahawks player that needs to step up this week? Name them, sound off, get in that comment section. I want to hear it. Could be somebody that's not performing well, maybe somebody that you want to see take things to another level like Riq. Get in that comment section, name them, who needs to step up for Seattle here against the Lions. Let's talk offense now, and I got to tell you, this Seattle Seahawks team has got to be able to get the ball downfield. And what's so surprising, I think personally, is that this was one of the strengths of the Seahawks last year was the downfield passing game. But last week against the Rams, the Seahawks struggled to move the football on those big passing plays. Let's go next-gen stats, courtesy of AWS, on Geno Smith here. And the passing chart, you can see a lot of green, no red for interceptions, 10 incompletions. But what's missing? The downfield passing game. What Geno does best just didn't happen last week. Got to get more downfield passing. And you got the weapons to do it with DK and JSN and Tyler Lockett. There's no reason why you shouldn't be getting those big plays down the field to those top receivers. I mean, and if you need more nerd analytics to back it up, this is what I mean as far as how well Geno is of getting the football down the field. Now, it goes twofold. The offensive line has got to do their part and give Geno time to throw the football to get downfield. But even then, I mean, you're looking at Geno Smith with a, deep completion percentage of 47%, highest in the league. Deep X completion percentage of 33.8. I don't even know what that means, but something from next-gen stats that sounds good. Highest in the league as well. Deep CP03, again, what the hell? Geno had the highest, though, last year. And passing score on deep attempts, a 99. I play Madden. 99 looks good. So, Geno, get the ball downfield. But O-line, you got to help him. You got to give him a chance to get the ball downfield. Today's show is presented by BetUS, the exclusive sportsbook partner of Chat Sports. Go to chatsports.com/bet. Enter the promo code Seahawks125. Yes, I'm talking about you. You're going to get a 125% deposit bonus. Put $100 down, $125 to spend for free at chatsports.com/bet. Promo code Seahawks125. Odds for this weekend. Seahawks are an underdog. They're already counting us out. Look at that. 6-point dog. Over-under is 47. Life's too short to bet the under, people. Bet on your Seahawks. Take the over. Bet on other NFL action as well. Chatsports.com/bet. Promo code Seahawks125. Next on keys to victory for Seattle. Got to win on third down. This Seattle team really struggled when it came down to third down conversions last week. Once you got to third down, for the most part, it was pretty much game over. The Seahawks were 2 of 9 on third down attempts against the Rams. And compared to everybody else in the National Football League, that was the 5th worst of any team out there. Not good. Got to win on third down. And Pete Carroll this week talked about Seattle's offense and, trying to use Geno and company to take advantage of those opportunities to convert on those attempts and keep those drives alive. Made a pretty interesting point. Let me show you what Pete had to say. We took some really good looks down the field. We weren't able to get the ball down there because they just laid off of us, which we kind of expected, but we still need to push it and try it. He's referring to on those downs, push it and try it on third down, so we dump the ball around. Got to do better. Got to win on third down, those opportunities. Last but not least, cover somebody. Anybody, please. Okay? Riq Woolen can't do it all. Everybody else got to step up a little bit. Dare I show you the receiving statistics from the Rams last week against the Seahawks? It's a painful sight, but I kind of have to do this. I hate to do this, but I have to. Numbers last week. Tutu Atwell, 119 yards. Puka Nacua, I don't even know if I'm saying his name right. No one knows his name. The rookie had 10 catches for 119 yards. Where did he come from? Tyler Higbee, the most average tight end in the league. 3 catches for 49 yards last week. That cannot happen again. And this wasn't always an issue. If we were to step back in time and take a ride on the hot tub time machine to last season, remember the Seahawks pass coverage last year? They held opponents to a completion percentage of 62.7. That was top 10 in the league. So we've seen this group be capable of, and this is supposed to be a better group than last year's group. So please, play some pass defense. Now it's twofold. Pass rush has got to do its part too. But with that said, pass coverage, you're in for a challenge this week against Detroit. I will give you my prediction in a matter of moments. But here's your chance to tell me first how this game's going to go. Predict the score in the comments section. Let us know how you think this is going to play out. Is it going to be a Seahawks win? Is it going to be a Lions win? Even if it's a Lions win, you can tell me I'm a big boy. You're not going to hurt my feelings if you pick the Lions to win. Predict it, and I'll tell you on the other side how I see this game playing out. Ultimately, I think the Seahawks can find a way to win. Call me crazy, but I think you're looking at a shootout. The Lions, I think there's a lot of fake hype from their win last week against Kansas City. You heard Mike Tirico call it and others an asterisk win. I wouldn't go that far, but I think they're up for a letdown. And I think the Seahawks are going to play with a chip on their shoulder considering the circumstances with the offensive line issues and all that. It's going to be a shootout. Seahawks find a way to win 34-30. Subscribe to the channel. Make sure and join us. We are going to be live on Sunday, and we're going to be rooting on the Seahawks to victory. Seahawks Lions live right here on Seahawks Today. Come hang out with us. Come party. Let's cheer on the Seahawks together and see them get the job done. You won't want to miss it. 9 a.m. live right here on Seahawks Today. We'll see you then. Thanks for joining us.